I was terrified of that man when he had that mask on, and I didn't really see them without the mask on, like, ever.
No.
So you're both very well versed in tackling existing IP with a new approach, obviously. This first chapter sets up a bigger overall story within the world of the strangers. Are there any surprises waiting for us in these new chapters that you've created?
Absolutely. Oh my God. I think chapter one is, a retelling of the original 2008
Mhm.
version that was so beloved that I loved so much with, new characters and a modernization, added to it. But chapters two and three is such a large departure from anything you've ever seen in the Strangers universe. It is the most wild ride, literally ever. I think like it's nothing like anybody expects it to be. So that's what really excites me about people seeing it.
Interesting. I'm very intrigued because I know we have to have chapter one, obviously, to set it up. So it's like, okay, we have some familiar things here. We got some little Easter eggs in there. We got homages. So I'm very curious to see now what is in store for us with two and three, because I feel like you guys are just going to fuck with us for these next two chapters.
Absolutely, we are.
All right. What stranger would you each say is the scariest?
I think we both have the same answer, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Scarecrow.
Yeah. Why
Absolutely.
Scarecrow?
You know, the actor who played Scarecrow had such incredible like body language. He had such great presence. I mean, all three of them were incredible.
Mhm.
But I think like
He particularly, like, even when we yell cut and we'd be in a room, he wouldn't say a single word to me. He
yeah.
would keep the mystery of that character alive. And especially when you're shooting three movies in 52 days, like, you
Mhm.
kind of need that tension to stay between characters. We didn't have a lot of takes per scene. So I was terrified of that man when he had that mask on. And I didn't really see them without the mask on, like, ever.
No.
You just go to lunch and you have Scarecrow there ominously in the corner getting some nachos or something? Like, is that kind of the vibe on set?
I would typically hide in my trailer because I didn't want to break the suspension of belief
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
my character had. I didn't have time to do that.
Mads
Yeah.
was locked in, truly. 24/7.
24/7.
And
Yeah.
you have to be when you're shooting all three movies and when you're a producer on it. I mean, she was
Yeah.
just like in it to win it. It was really
You
cool
got
to
that
watch.
EP credit on this one. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, if it's a female protagonist, there should be a female at the table, and I'm happy to be the female at the table.
I will second that. Thank you very much. That's hell yes. Amazing. If you had the opportunity to play one of the strangers, which would you choose? Are you guys both going
Oh,
Scarecrow for that too?
I
I don't.
think.
Who are you going? Because I'm taking a left turn. I'm taking a departure from what
Oh,
you think I'm
Oh,
going
you're
to
taking a
say.
departure?
Yes.
Well, I would want to be Scarecrow just because like you're lugging around that axe.
That's what does it for you.
Like,
It's the axe.
yeah, it's fun. It
So
looked like
amazing.
that like the shot of him in the trailer like behind the
Oh,
motorcycle.
yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
badass.
It's very cool. I would love to do that.
I'd be pinup all day, every day. That girl,
Mm,
the person who played that character brought so
fantastic.
much personality. I mean,
Dude.
I'm blown away every time I watch pinup on screen. So like, I would love to try to do that, but like, those are big shoes to fill. I don't know if I
I
could.
mean, in the trailer, that part with where I have the gun and
The scream.
she's in front of me and she's like screaming and like that was all improvised. She's so phenomenal. It was
what?
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
you weren't
Yeah.
expecting the scream? She just started screaming.
No,
Yeah,
And-
it was all
oh
no.
my
improvised.
God.
It was all improvised, you know? Yeah. I mean, yeah, crazy. You'll have
And
to watch
that's
the
like,
movie, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's chilling as hell though. Like you're filming a scene, you're like, okay, I think I know where we're going with this, and then all of a sudden your scene partner's just screaming and you're just going with it because it's actually scary.
Yeah, terrifying. Rennie's idea, I'm pretty sure, like he gave the note before, and then she like ran with it and just had the most like left field improv
So
moments.
good.
It was so good.
And they all made it in the film.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Did they all make it?
Amazing.
hmm
I will say I do love kind of that dichotomy of something like I'm tiny and sweet and dainty, but also fucking feral and so ferocious and scary.
Mm.
Like something about that, like your brain has trouble connecting those two things. So that to me is always particularly terrifying.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the juxtaposition of like contrasting things as far as like, if you're gonna be the thought of like being chased by something horrific is like probably somebody who knows you, first of all, if you're actually gonna be murdered, like statistically. And it's also, if it's a horror film, it's probably like a monster or supernatural. And then with a movie like this, there's just like no explanation. You don't see behind the mask. You don't get any answers. You don't get any motivation. It's just happening. And that's what makes this franchise so scary in particular.
And this
Yeah.
is why I cannot watch these home alone at nighttime ever.
Exactly. Yeah, me neither. I'm right with you.